Thank you for tuning in to Koppen with Comic. I'm Brian Koppen, and we're here with comic Charles McBee. Charles McBee, how the hell are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, good. Thank you so much for coming in because I think the trains were fucked up.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're here, and I'm just because there's a couple of comics who just got stuck at Queensboro Station or Plaza. Yeah,
the trains are fucked up should be Astoria's like tag. You know what I mean? Astoria is beautiful, but the trains are fucked up.
Especially if you're coming from Brooklyn, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of good comics live in Brooklyn, and I mean, on the good comic note, I think. I was so fortunate you came because I saw on your Twitter feed, I think, that last night you were at Gotham with Rosebud Baker and Matthew Broussard.
Matthew Broussard and Dan St. Germain.
Dan St. Germain, sure. These are big names.
Yeah,
Charles
man.
McBee is playing in the big leagues, I guess.
I guess so. I hope so.
And then where did I find that? Like, where are your social, let them know where you're doing stand-up next in New York City, but also where they can find you online.
You can find me everywhere, Charles McBee. Just at Charles McBee, MCBEE on Twitter, on Instagram, all that good stuff.
You got it.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you
And
got
then the calendar is on my website, charlesmcbee.com.
Are you usually at Gotham or kind of where else are you playing?
Gotham is the home club, but I'm at Caroline's, I'm at Broadway, pretty much all the clubs. I'm at the Cellar every now and then for different shows, but I'm still working my way into being like a regular over there. But for the most part, every other club, you can find me there.
And I think even here at QED, we were upstairs and you're like, yo, man, I think you owe me money for a previous show or something.
I think it went down like that.
But affirmatively, she was like, oh, no, Charles McBee, I owe you money. And she gave you some money.
No, yeah.
I was like, whoa, holy shit.
I do a show here called Nerd is New Black every first Saturday. And those shows, we've garnered like a nice following and new people come and they pack it out. And so I've never, I'm not in it. It's not necessarily doing it for the money.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like do the show and then sometimes I'll get a nice surprise in the mail, like a check in the mail, just like, oh shit, all right.
So what the concept, is it Nerd is the New Black?
Yeah, it's just...
Is it the New Black? In what way is it, and what way isn't it?
I think there was a time where it was, but I think that phase has come and gone, where it was just like the black nerd. It was this whole black nerd phase. I think that the Donald Glovers and the Issa Raes, Insecure, like that whole phase came in. It's still kind of there, but more so, it was just a play on words.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm going to do this show, and I need a cool name.
Yeah.
I've always been like whenever I do a new show, like the name kind of, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but I actually have to produce a fucking show now.
Yeah. And so, how do you get comics who are consistent with that kind of concept?
You know what? I really don't like. That's really where the name ends there.
Yeah.
Like you come to the show and it's everybody on the show.
At least you'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah. Or if I'm not there, then sometimes I'll have someone who can kind of fit that mold. Maybe like a Calvin Cato. He does that well. But also even sometimes I don't. Like the last time I had Minuin Hart host for me, who's way cooler than me, but I think he might be a comic book nerd, so I don't know. But that is just a name. It's just a funny show with a bunch of dope comedians. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, like I saw you. I saw you on the show poster for the Broussard and Rosebud Baker, and you weren't wearing glasses, and you're wearing like a baseball cap or something. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna look for a cool dude. And then you show up, and right now you do have glasses and a beard. So so now I see, like, if you want to do a Nerd is the New Black show, you're gonna put on glasses.
This is my this is kind of my incognito look. Like when I'm in performance mode, I rarely have my glasses on or whatever. But then, like when I'm just moving around the streets, it's like, because I'm blind as a bat. Be clear.
Really?
Yeah. And so like it's glasses, and then the beard is. Everybody's still getting used to the beard, which is funny. It's funny because people now I'm at the point where I have the people who only know me for the beard because I've had a little while. So it's like there's the pre-beard people who are like, oh my God, I can't get used to you with the beard. And there's the people that only know me for the beard. So if I ever shave it, they're going to be like, oh my God, you don't have a beard. So,
who the hell is that?
It's hilarious.
So you need another headshot or something. And what we're talking about today is maybe some politics. So what do you make of the current political climate? Where's your, is it making its way into your act? And what's the take on the current, Trump versus everybody else?
It's not, it's starting to make it into my act only because I'm starting to kind of do different projects where I have to be a little bit more topical. So just for that reason alone, I'll pull from politics and stuff like that. But in general, I just watch it as a spectator. Like, it's a shit show. It's a circus. And I just like to watch and just laugh. And, like, because people who... And not only do I watch it as it happens, but I watch the people who are so invested to the point where, like, a tweet will ruin their entire week. And I'm just like, did it really ruin your day? Like, are you so hung up that he tweeted such and such that now you just can't fathom how you're going to get through the rest of your day?
The whole I can't even. It's like, really?
Yeah, can't you though? Can't you? I mean,
and then what else can't you even when it comes, if a tweet is throwing your whole day off, you have bigger problems.
You have, oh my God, yeah.
How can you deal with anything like paying rent or going to a job?
How do you even wake up in the morning? Like, I feel like, this whole kind of new woke era that we're in, I don't think it's serving a lot of people because it's just exposing how fragile people have become.
Yeah, and I think there's even an article recently about how liberals are just doing that. They're only tweeting about something, and that's how far they're taking it.
Yeah.
And then some activist was like, yo, you're going to get nothing done if all you're doing is demonstrating or signaling what you're for and what you're against. Like, if you really give a shit, and I don't know that they do, then you will go, organize on behalf of local candidates or whatever.
Yeah, get out in these streets.
Yeah.
I respect someone. There's a few friends of mine who are very, far left and very kind of woke, but they also are out in these streets. They will go march. They will go, do protest this. So there's a few that actually live that life, and I'm like, you know what? I respect it. But for the most part, they don't. You're tweeting in your underwear with Cheeto dust all over your chest.
Yeah.
And that's your form of whatever. You like to be loud on Facebook or loud online. And it's just like, shut up.
You care more about your following.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what's the proper perspective for that? Like, I must think that no matter what happens, everything will stay roughly the same.
Pretty much.
I mean, Trump has been fairly, other than smashing certain perception norms, certain things that he should pay off, even impeachment. The whole thing about that is, yes, it's played out like this because then if you want to vote out those Republican senators who absolved him of his crimes, that's fine.
Right.
You can totally do that. And that's why impeachment is it's a purely political process anyway. And so no matter who gets nominated on the left, and whether or not they beat Trump, it's going to stay roughly the same because it's going to be a Republican Senate still, probably.
Yeah, and the pendulum always swings back the other way. The crazy pendulum swings back and forth, back and forth. It's and to be honest, I think he's going to get it again. I just think he is.
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody on the Democrat side that has the testicular fortitude, and that means for everybody. I'm talking about women and everybody.
Women and men, right.
To really get in the mud and really take it there with Trump. Now Elizabeth Warren did hand Bloomberg his ass in his last debate. And
he seems that, I think Trump has some problems with women too. So I mean, if she's so good against billionaires, and Trump's so bad, attacking women, will that be a good matchup?
I think it'll be an interesting matchup. I think that Elizabeth Warren will, and I don't think she's going to get the nomination, but if she did, I think that she will learn from Hillary's kind of mistakes in the debate, and she will not underestimate Trump's zero fucks that he has.
He will stalk you on stage.
He will stalk you on stage. He's going to bring up every dirty trick, every dirty laundry. He does not care. And you got to be really willing to go there. And so I think she's going to come out with a lot of good talking points, and she'll even come out with some jokes. But I don't know that she's going to be really willing to go there with Trump. But, I mean, I don't think she's going to get the nomination. So
you think Bernie or Bloomberg?
I think Bloomberg is gonna write that check, and he's gonna, walk right up in there.
And how will he do against Trump?
No, he's gonna get the only way is not that he couldn't beat Trump if he wanted to, but judging from that last debate, he's gonna get obliterated. Like he would have to play big bank, take a little bank. He would have to go out there and be like, hey, bitch, I'm several times richer than you. There's nothing you can say. Like, he would have to really whip his dick out and be like, and make Trump look stupid. But I don't see him.
He won't say it like that.
He won't say it like that.
He'll say that, but it won't. So it'll just be like, Mr. President, I'm worth several times what you are.
Yeah, if he can,
and that's it. He won't say bitch.
Yeah,
that's what you have to say.
That's what you got to say. You got to because Trump is gonna come out there mini Mike. He's already calling him mini Mike, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm generally fine with it. But dude, I mean, you can't also be weak on the debate stage.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're short.
Yeah, no, like he's gonna come at you with these things.
Yeah.
Come out swinging or don't come out. But
so, I mean, I almost think money is going to be the solution if Bloomberg wins, and it's going to be the problem. If he wins the nomination, and it's going to be the problem for everybody else. Everybody's going broke right now except for Bloomberg. And so when he gets it, he's already scaling up to the point where in Times Square, I think the Bloomberg offices, are spending cajillions of dollars on micro-targeting via social media like Trump is.
Yep.
Like he's pretty much taking, everybody would like to take that Brad Pascal, campaign digital campaign manager, take that out of his playbook. They would love to do it, but nobody's got the money to do it except for Bloomberg.
He who has the gold makes the rules.
Yeah.
And if people don't like it, then you're going to have to change the entire system. And people don't like to put in the time that it takes to actually make change. Because if you actually want to make change, that means you're going to have to make systematic change. And that could take a generation.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody got time for that. So they rather bitch about it and complain, the electoral college is corrupt, we should get rid of it. Or we should take money out of politics. No one's actually going to spend their lifetime trying to get it done. I won't say nobody, but for the majority, people are just going to bitch about it. But the system is what it is, and it's going to be what it is. So for the time being, he who has the money pretty much makes the rules, and you can literally just wait everybody else out.
Yeah, and I guess it would take somebody like Bloomberg or Bezos to say, okay, I'm a single issue candidate, and my issue is to change the Electoral College such that it's not so lopsided. Like, why does these small states or even senators, they're saying the Republican majority that absolved Trump, they represent such a small percentage of the actual population that needs to change. And it's so funny, like Bloomberg could do that, but instead he's running for president of the system rather than to change the system.
Exactly.
And what do you think? I like the fact that he is self-funding, and I guess next, even slightly better than that is taking small dollar donations, which Bernie is doing. I mean, but do you buy these whole billionaire attacks from people like Buttigieg or Warren who are actually taking big money checks? Which one do you think is better? Like a Buttigieg who is not a billionaire, but he's taking billionaires' money, so he'll be beholden to them.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, that's even worse, I would think, than Bloomberg.
They, and Obama and Hillary, they all got the same thing. It's like, we're gonna talk down the millionaires and billionaires, and then we're gonna also give speeches for Merrill Lynch or whatever, and we're also gonna take donations and take money. And here's the thing, I'm not even mad about that you're taking the money, because you have to, because you're going against people like Bloomberg and Trump.
Yeah.
So I get that you need money to fund your campaign, but don't bullshit me. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. You know what I mean? Just keep it a buck all the way, because now we're at a point where there's grassroots is not what it used to be. Now there's social media, there's online, so there's more knowledge, there's more information out there. People are able to come together and actually talk and have these conversations amongst each other online.
Yeah.
And so there's more of an awakening to the bullshit, and there's more of a
more bullshit.
Yeah, there's more bullshit.
Yeah. Now this kind of observation, bitch, I make more money than you, and the whole social media, bullshit. It's easier to detect bullshit, but then it's in a storm of bullshit. Like these types of observations, they can see you do this stuff on stage just everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, and they can find that out via Charles McBee.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next big show, and kind of what can they expect? What's new in your act that they can expect at the very next show when they go to Charles McBee to find your show dates?
Well, I'll definitely be talking about, I have to do some more topical things, like I said, for a project I can't talk about right now. Okay. But so I'll be adding in some topical stuff along with the act that I already had. So I'll be talking about the guy punching the back seat. Did you see that video? The guy is on the plane, and he's in the last row, so his seat can't go back. You know that seat?
Okay, yeah.
And then the lady in front of him, her seat does go back. So she pushes her seat back, and he's so angry because his seat can't go back that he starts punching, not super hard, but just annoyingly punching her seat.
Oh my
and she
Lord.
kind of tapes him, and it went viral.
Oh,
and there's
no.
this whole debate of who was right and who was wrong. Should she have pushed her seat back since he can't go back, or was he wrong for punching her seat? And so I'm definitely talking about that because I don't give a fuck. He was completely wrong. Fuck that guy. Like my thing is that seat, that last seat that can't go back, is there to remind you to work harder.
Yeah,
right?
You purchased that seat.
Yeah,
yeah.
You don't get to punch the seat in front of you. Like I've had that seat many a time, and my only thought is write funnier jokes.
Yeah.
So I don't have to sit here anymore.
And I think that not only are we going to stay tuned because we want to see you do that joke, but also we want to stay tuned to see why you're starting to do top. It sounds like you can't talk about it right now, but if they stay tuned to Charles McBee, they're going to find out what deliverable this topic is ending. This topical stuff is ending up in.
Correct. Okay. And I'm flying over to the Middle East to perform for the troops soon.
Oh, dude,
dude,
you are doing hero's work, and we're so fortunate to have you here in QED Astoria when it's fucking freezing and the trains are broke. Astoria, where the trains are, it's beautiful, but the trains are broke.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Charles McBee.
Thanks, man.